Tony, thank you. Happening today, a man accused of a violent crime spree in southeast Portland will make his first court appearance.
Portland police say he shot one person and stabbed two others. Fox 12's Mia Villanueva joins us now live with what we've learned about this person. Mia?
Kim, Shauna, the suspect in this case is 29-year-old Tyler Price. Police say that he shot a man and then stabbed two others last Wednesday near Southeast 103rd and Southeast Clinton Street. Now, take a look at your screen. These are the weapons that police say Price allegedly used during that violent attack. Police say first Price shot a man. Officers say the 29-year-old then confronted two neighbors, slashing one woman's hand with a knife and threatening another person after that. Officers found Price nearby, but he ran away from them and stabbed another neighbor in the neck. He was arrested after officers used a taser to stop him. All three victims are expected to be okay. Price is booked on several charges, including attempted murder and assault. Now, Price is making his first court appearance today in Multnomah County Court. We will let you know how that goes right here on air and online at kptv.com. For now, reporting live, I'm Mia Villanueva. Good day, Oregon.